Gia. It was always gonna come down to this. Played over a million times. This scenario was always going to lead right here. This was inevitable. And tonight, I'm coming for that title. And I will eat you alive.
Did everything we did to get this baby right here. Tiffany did everything I could to get you. But me and you, we have big competition. We have Savannah, Cannibal. But we are gonna win like how we always do. We're gonna win. We're gonna take everything that we were supposed to take in this division. Why? Because we are the greatest damn woman. And we're gonna reign supreme for a long, long time.
Main event time with the Grapplers Division Championship on the line. The first defense for our champion, Gia Scott. But boy, the number one contender is not someone I would want to meet in a darkened alley, Pelly.
Would you ever want to meet anyone in the dark alley?
It's a big no comment from me. Savannah Evans, the Cannibal, says she eats people alive. She earned this spot by winning the championship challenge at our M3 event last season, defeating the spiteful brute Harleen Lopez. And now, the woman who says that she is inevitable, that no matter what, it would always come to this, is looking to take Tiffany, and that would be the name that our champion has given the Grapplers Division title away from Gia Scott.
Yeah.
But when you name a title, you have no intention of giving it up easy. Gia Scott is very possessive of Tiffany, as she calls her.
I want all the cameras on me. I want everybody to shut up. Oh, no, I don't want those.
One of the breakout stars of season 1, Gia Scott, winning the tournament at the end of the season, overcoming Tiny Tanaily in the finals to become the premier, the inaugural Grapplers Division champion.
I'm sorry, Jason. Did I just hear you say she named the belt?
Yeah, she named the belt Tiffany. She also talks to it. Pro wrestling brings out strange people. But that doesn't mean they're not very talented. Doesn't mean they're not very dangerous. In fact, maybe it makes them more dangerous.
Our next contest is sponsored by Combat Fights Unlimited. And it is our main event for the Fight Pro Grappling Division Championship. Introducing first, the challenger in the corner to my left. Fighting out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And standing at 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing 190 pounds, she is the Cannibal, Savannah Evans. And in the corner to my right, fighting out of the Diamond City and weighing at 150 diamonds.
Pretty diamond.
Pretty diamond. She's being accompanied to the ring by Tiffany, a.k.a. Tiffy.
Tiffy, too, also.
She is the reigning and defending Fight Pro Grappling Division Champion, the greatest damn woman, Gia Scott!
It's my belt!
are now about to see the very first defense of the Grapplers Division Championship. Of course, in these matches, pinfalls are not allowed until the 10-minute mark, at which point pinfalls become legal. This is a unique stipulation here in FIGHTT. Rope breaks will count as a violation. Attacks off the top rope will count as a warning or a violation. And the menacing Savannah Evans immediately stalking her prey.
Dear God. Okay.
I'm not sure Gia Scott knows what to make of Savannah Evans here.
She's making a hasty retreat, that's for sure. I'm trying to call it a timeout. That is not applicable in pro wrestling. In fact, here in Fight Pro Wrestling, if you step out of the ring for a timeout of your own power, it actually counts as a warning or a violation. And I'm not saying it, you're not saying it, Pelly, but the crowd is calling Gia a coward.
Some big Tiffany energy, to be honest.
Big Tiff, in fact. Big Tiffy.
Tiffy, yeah.
Gia Scott being very cautious when coming face to face with the Amazon Savannah Evans. Savannah, so powerful. Maybe the most powerful woman in the division.
Finally got a good collar and elbow tie-up here, and Savannah Evans playing the size game here, the differential in size.
And now the claim of a hair pull, but the referee did not see it, so you don't see it, it doesn't exist in the world of pro wrestling. It's kind of like a variation of Descartes. If it is seen, it does exist.
I feel like this test of strength here is a ruse.
What makes you say that?
I've just got a feeling, just a hunch. If not, Gia
is very proud of her. Well, no, I think that Gia Scott really going for it.
This might be a mistake.
Gia Scott has a lot of pride.
Bold strategy, Jason. Let's see if it works out for her.
Two very powerful women, but one on paper would have to give the advantage to Savannah Evans in the ring as well, as she is bending Gia over, but there is no pinfalls.
Oh, wait a minute. Look at Gia Scott.
Escaping
really
out.
Nice.
Great technique by Gia Scott, who proved in season 1 to maybe be the most complete package of a pro wrestler on the entire roster. Men, women, you name it. I think Gia Scott has all the tools, but sometimes you just come against a brick wall and you don't have a sledgehammer.
Wow. Gia Scott calls herself the greatest damn woman. Some call her that. Some call her the greatest damn Scott.
Savannah Evans stalking the ring like a big cat. I mean, really, you do not bait a lioness in her den nor the spider in the center of her web, and this is the web of Savannah Evans.
Evans just tossed her by the arm there, right out of the waistline, like she was a child almost. Gia Scott, she's got some height on her. You can't just toss around a person like Gia Scott that easily. Unless you're Savannah Evans,
Savannah Evans, you absolutely can't. She maintained wrist control that entire time, and now catching Gia Scott in mid-air.
Oh, Tiffy is not going to like that.
World's strongest slam. Tiffy may be going home to a new mommy tonight. This might be an adoption arrangement. And Gia Scott doing a very good job of staying outside the ring, but not getting to the floor, desperately calling for that timeout again.
She wants that timeout really bad. I don't blame her.
She can take it. She can take a warning, a calculated warning, if she left the ring fully.
Well, there's your warning right there.
That was for using that top rope as a weapon, and now maintaining a little bit of space, which is good because you see Scott unable to immediately capitalize, feeling some pain in her lower back, Pelly.
Scott isolating the arm now. Very smart. Very smart. Going to be a lot harder to pick up and toss Gia Scott around with one arm.
Well, you basically have two options for victory in a Grapplers Division match, especially if you want to end it early. You got to go for submission, or you got to go for knockout. In the case of going up against Savannah Evans, knockout is a tough road to hoe. So submission might make a lot more sense.
Every time she torques on that shoulder, and you see her right there, she rotated and slammed the shoulder right into the mat. That shoulder is going to pop out if she keeps at it.
Well, Savannah is a beast, but she's still human. The body has limitations, and Gia Scott now doing a great job of trying to tear that arm and that shoulder out from its socket.
Oh. Evans doing all she can now to just stay alive here. Get her off of that arm.
We are 5 minutes in, which means in another 5 minutes, pinfalls do become legal, and that completely changes the calculus of this match. Is Gia trying to basically get to the point where she can use pins, or she try to end it before that? It's a matter of strategy. You try and go for the kill now or survive until you have more weapons.
See Evans there using the momentum from her hips there to swing her back up onto her feet. Gia Scott just jumps right on, takes a ride into the turnbuckle. My God.
Pure power on display, but there's a tenacity by Gia Scott. Savannah just slamming Gia Scott into those turnbuckles. And
right back to that arm and shoulder. Excellently done.
Gia doing a great job of sticking and moving, trying to manipulate the limbs of Savannah Evans. And now maybe looking for that submission victory.
Evans is near the ropes, but she uses the ropes. That's going to be a violation against her.
Winning the title, Gia Scott made use of the rule set. She rolled Tiny Tanaily into a pin by pressing off that bottom rope. She got a violation, but it scored the pinfall, so we know that Gia Scott's a very tactical competitor.
There's a method to that madness.
And it is absolutely madness from the woman who named her belt Tiffy. And now we've got, as they like to say, some small joint manipulation, or also it hurts like hell when someone bends your finger backwards.
Yeah, it does not matter. Oh, wait a minute. Evans, it's not past the 10-minute mark yet, though.
Not at 10 yet.
And Savannah Evans has maybe given away her strategy. It looks like Savannah Evans wants to survive past the 10-minute mark and then try and pummel Gia Scott into a pin.
Once again, right on that shoulder.
And now Savannah Evans definitely has to play defense on that shoulder. It is getting weaker and weaker as Gia Scott so effectively breaking it down. I mean, this is a textbook definition of working a body part.
We're at 7.5 minutes, we were just told.
We're very, very specific here at Fight. We like rules, we like times, we like to be very precise. But so far, for quite a while, it has been Gia Scott in the driver's seat, and we are seeing why she is the inaugural champion.
That's right. If you watch the first 30 seconds of this match, I don't think anyone would have predicted where we're at right now.
Things can change in an instant, though, especially someone with the just raw power, let alone the world experience. Savannah Evans, remember the Impact Wrestling roster as well. She has a lot of big fight experience that she is bringing to this match.
Just got goozled.
Gia Scott. And Savannah Evans got a warning. It might even worth
Buster.
it. Introducing Gia Scott's back to the floor in as unpleasant way as possible.
It's Spinebuster's almost now a desperation with her shoulder is killing her right now, Savannah Evans.
Both women down, slow to rise. The grappler division rule set is meant to basically encourage this kind of brutality, to encourage fighters to go for brutal submissions, strikes, slams, and we are seeing that on display. What a worthy main event here at Fight Pro Wrestling.
It looks like Gia Scott might have gotten the wind knocked out of her on that spine buster. It looked like she had some trouble getting breaths in. She just got forearm. That knocked her to next week, it looked like. Yeah, getting into a strike exchange with Savannah Evans probably wasn't the best idea.
Well, if it's not next week, it's certainly a different time zone for Gia Scott right now after being bashed about the head.
The worst part was she saw that one coming. Your body tenses up. You take more damage that way when you get tensed up and worried before the contact comes.
It's like Gia Scott has been in several car accidents in the span of a few minutes. What's one more? Right to the gut that time. Savannah Evans is manhandling Gia Scott.
Playing some Mortal Kombat 1.
Still no pinfalls
We're
yet.
not at the 10-minute mark. She might have just won that match if we weren't.
She's got to make it. She's just got to make it past that 10-minute mark because she is really giving the strategy away.
And now pinfalls are legal.
And now everything is on the table. Savannah Evans has made it very clear what she's going for, so Gia Scott has got to play a lot of defense now.
I say it a lot, but weathering the storm, it looks like Gia Scott tried to weather the storm there just to get to that 10-minute mark maybe.
No one wants to lose the title without a single successful defense.
Oh, they crashed and burned there, but it looks like Savannah's got a hold of her.
Both women looking much the worse for wear, just showing how much punishment has been on display. How much can the human body take? And Gia Scott is looking wobbly.
Scott's rolling her up there. Does she have
got the
hands full of
tights.
She
She
did.
got the tights.
I thought she did. That's what it looked like. That was out of just.
Grappling Division Champion, the greatest damn woman, Gia Scott.
That looked like it was out of everyone's point of view, to be honest.
By the skin of her teeth and by the cloth of Savannah's gear, Gia Scott has retained the Fight Pro Wrestling Grapplers Division Championship, hook or crook, whatever it takes.
Also known as Tiffany.